Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and happy holidays to everybody, however you choose to celebrate it. But Onslaught is not done for the year. We have one more Chronicle story coming into it. This time it is Classic SubZero that enters the game. We're going to do a deep dive on his kit, see what he's all about. Also have a look in the event store and see what we've got in there. But before we do that, I just want to say a really heartfelt thanks to the Onslaught community since launch. Your support has really helped me out so much, whether it's through a super thanks or even just hitting that subscribe button. It really does mean the world to me. But let's get stuck straight into SubZero's kit. And the first thing that I want to touch on is the fact that he does have that classic tag. A couple of Chronicles ago when we had Cabal, he also had the classic tag, and most of his kit had a lot of synergy with other classic characters, but SubZero is the only other character now in the game that also has that classic tag, so these two should work pretty well together. If you do summon SubZero and you have Cabal and you can use them together, please let me know in the comments if Cabal is a little bit better with SubZero in the team. There have been a few people suggest that Cabal wasn't really that good, but I feel that synergy may be the reason for that. So let's start with his auto abilities. The first thing that SubZero has here is the ground freeze. Not only does it deal damage to the opponent, but it also inflicts impede. If you don't know what impede is, it decreases the cooldown rate by 65% of your enemy's basic and auto abilities. It also affects the cooldowns of any combo abilities that characters will have as well. So if you do have an opponent who does have a really high combo meter, it can really slow them down. So even just off the auto, this is a very good ability so far. His second auto ability, Hailstorm, not only does it deal damage, but it also inflicts bleed. Now, bleed is a very good passive damage dealer. You can really cut down characters very quickly by inflicting bleed. I actually did a video not that long ago. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link at the end of this video that does go through a bleed team. If you do summon SubZero, you may be able to sub him into that team. Just some food for thought there. But moving on to his passive now, this is a really good passive ability, the Grandmaster. And this is where it's going to be very important to run him with Cabal if you have him, as well as any other classic characters that get added down the line. So for any classic characters in the team, he will provide a boost to damage over time effects. But the big one is if you use SubZero in boss battles against the boss, he actually gains triple the damage over time boost, which makes him really important in those boss battles. Because he has Mind Affinity, this is going to really help in those Scarlet battles. And that leads me into his special ability where he does have another trick up his sleeve for Scarlet, and that is his Ice Effigy, where he summons a decoy carving of himself, which does inherit some of his max health stats. And it does have an area of effect that does two things. The first thing is apply unhealable. And against Scarlet, we know that healing is something that can really make her battle very annoying. The other thing that it does is give another boost to any damage over time received. So not only can you stop her from healing, you can also have that bleed applied to her, doing triple the damage effect. But also any other characters that you have in the team that can inflict bleed, poison, burn, any of those kinds of things, they're also going to get that damage increase. And for those of you who are lucky or rich enough to climb that combo meter, at level 1, he gets Frostbite, which means that Effigy that he summons, once it does get defeated in an area of effect, it will actually cause bleed to any enemies that are within that radius. Then at level 3, you have an extra effect applied to his ground freeze, which will do more damage. And for any classic teammates in the team, they will also gain a mastery buff. And as we know, Mastery is what you're going to need to make sure that you are able to apply those debuffs in the first place. Now for his gear, he is an attacker, so I would advise getting an attack set on him. The other set that I'd probably look for is health, and a lot of secondary health is going to be very good because when he summons that Effigy, the more health that he has, the longer that can stay on the battlefield and you get all of those bonus effects. For his relic, there is really only one that you want to consider, and if you are going to summon him, definitely go to the event store because the Cryomancer's Frozen Axe is available in the event store. It has a really good attack and health bonus just as the basic. The extra effect has critical chance and extra attack. It also gives you a damage bonus against frozen or impeded foes. Additionally, you also get a 10% special meter gain when you KO a frozen or impeded foe. This one as well also has the fatality attached to it, so it's a very, very good relic. It's the same price as the main relic as all the other events. So if you can get that 121k in tokens, you definitely want to pick up this relic. The other relic that is in the store, the Fury of the Matoka tribe, giving accuracy and mastery. It's a very, very good one for any of your attackers or snipers. It's going to give you bonuses on accuracy, mastery, attack, defense, and you get a chance to stun. All of the other usual goodies are in the event store as well, so if you do want to get those master orbs and perhaps one day summon some of these 5-star characters, it's not a bad idea to save up some of the tokens and get those master orbs. Overall, I do think he's a very good character, a lot of potential for the boss battles, and I think he'd be pretty solid in the arena as well. So if you do have the orbs saved up, treat yourself to a SubZero for Christmas. I think he's going to be a very good character to have, especially once you put that relic on him. He's going to be quite powerful. But that just about wraps up Onslaught for 2023. If you do want to support the channel, a super thanks would be very much appreciated. Other than that, guys, like and sub, you know the deal. We've got plenty more Onslaught coming your way in the new year. Don't miss out, and we'll catch you in the next one.